We turn now to one woman's fight for those who are disadvantaged and often forgotten. VienTroung is the new CEO of the Oakland nonprofit Dream Corps, which was founded by author and CNN contributor Van Jones. Truong was born to a family of refugees, and that experience inspires much of what she does today. And VienTroung joins me now. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So your organization's top priorities include getting more disadvantaged youth tech jobs, to cut the prison population in half, and also to build an inclusive green economy. Are there common challenges that you see spanning all those three goals right now?
They're all connected to America's toughest problems, which is the wealth divide, and how do we make sure that we're connecting people together to solve some of America's toughest problems. So the Dream Corps, I like to say, is like the Marine Corps for the American dream. Cut 50, our criminal justice program, is to free people from prison, making sure we're reducing prison population by 50% in 10 years. For Yes We Code, it's about making sure that we're actually connecting people in low-income communities to the future of our economy. I live in Oakland, where I grew up. There's a lot of people coming to Oakland now from Silicon Valley. We want to make sure we're connecting Oaklanders to the jobs in Silicon Valley as well. And then finally, with Green for All, we're facing the toughest problems around the environment now, existentially so. How do we make sure that we're protecting families in Oakland and other communities like Oakland against this problem? My community actually has higher lead poisoning in our bloods than Flint, Michigan.
Really?
Yeah.
So what are you doing about that?
We have a mom's campaign that's coming up. And so one of the things that we know is whether you're a mom in Flint, Michigan, or a mom in Oakland like I am, or a mom in New Orleans, no matter the context of which you live, it's non-negotiable for us to not have our kids bathe in our own bathwaters. To not be able to have our kids play in their backyards. I can't let our kids play in the backyards often. And then not to be able to have the ability to walk to your mailbox without a mask on. That's actually happening in Richmond, California, and in Bakersfield, California. And so our mom's campaign is to say these EPA budget cuts that the U.S. president is proposing for the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, to cut our budget by 1/3, it is abhorrent. And so we want people to join our campaign with moms across the country protecting the future for our kids.
And for you, you have an interesting personal life story. Your parents were Vietnamese refugees. You were born in a refugee camp. Your family works picking crops in this country, laboring in sweatshops. Can you tell us about that experience?
That's right. So they came here as refugees from Vietnam after the war. The only jobs they could find was picking strawberries and snow peas in Portland, Oregon. We graduated to work in garment factories or sweatshops in Oakland, California. My mom's one dream for me was to be the first kid in a family of 11 to go to college. And I did. I went to Cal.
Made mom proud.
Made mom proud.
Well, you went to Cal and you majored in rhetoric. So did I.
Yes.
I feel like we're like, sisters from another mother, right? I came as a refugee, one of 8 kids. We're even wearing similar shoes today. It's kind of eerie, Vien.
Hi, you're my twin.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Finally, yes, separated at birth.
With that background, what was the one moment that made you realize you wanted to be a community organizer?
When I went to Cal, I used to think growing up in Oakland, dodging bullets literally at school on playgrounds was normal. When I got there, I began to not have to worry about my life going to campus and began to understand that the conditions of Oakland were very similar to other conditions around the country that were low-income communities and communities of color. And to me, that just was not right. And so for me, I redefined success so that it wasn't about just escaping poverty, but to end it.
And to that end, during the Obama administration, you received the White House Champion of Change Award for your work on the projects Green for All, working with communities heavily affected by pollution. What are some of the things that you are now doing to turn that around?
We want to make sure that we're defending against the bad policies. These regulations that the president is proposing is going to hurt our kids. So we want to defend against the budget cuts with our Moms Mobilizing campaign. We also want to advance solutions. So in Oregon, Washington, and New York, we're showing up in support. We're bringing in celebrities, we're bringing in money, we're bringing in access, and to help organizers in those states advance good solutions around the environment.
And you also co-led the campaign around Senate Bill 535, which created the Polluters Pay Fund.
Yeah.
How does that work?
California has a polluters pay. We make polluters pay for the poison they put into the air. A coalition of friends and I came together and said, let's make sure that the money goes to the very communities of people who have been paying with their health and their lives. It's become the biggest fund in history for low-income communities, almost $1 billion. And the money goes to affordable housing, free solar programs, free bus passes for seniors and students. We got a woman a free solar program, a free solar panel for her home in Fresno. Her electricity bill was $200 on average a month. It dropped to $1.50 overnight because of these solar panels.
That is an amazing change. When you were hired as CEO of DreamCorps just a couple of months ago, congratulations, it was announced that one of your key roles would be to help lead the Trump resistance. What does that mean for you exactly, and how do you plan to do that?
We're already well on our way. Leading the Trump resistance means advancing a future for our country that is about connection, about unity, about working together. That's what he's been fighting against when he sided with the KKK and white supremacy. We're saying, let's work together. We had a 14-city tour around this country, from Nashville to Dallas to New York to Oakland, and together we connected people, and people were so hungry. It was such a diversity in the audience. People wanted to heal. They wanted to come together and to rise up for healing and for unity in this future.
All right. Well, VienTroung, my newly discovered twin sister, it's been a pleasure to have you here today.
Welcome to the family.
All right. Thank you.